Welcome to the Femalepreneur Coach podcast. I am your host, Rebecca Barr. I am a transformational mindset and business coach and six-figure award-winning female entrepreneur. Ladies, I'm here to tell you that business and making money doesn't have to be hard when you're in alignment and flow. Inside this podcast, I will be showing you how to transform your mindset to program it for success, how to maximize your money vibrations, and how to redesign your business for ultimate financial and time freedom. You know you are meant to live an epic life. Now it's time to claim it. Hi ladies, welcome to another episode of the Femalepreneur Coach podcast. It is day 4. I am so excited of my brand new mini series, which is essentially me creating content around all of the things that I wish I knew if I had to start again in 2023. And today is all around, it's actually the last one today, unless you tell me in the comments what you would like to know more about in terms of like my view on it. So anything business, money mindset, practical tips, spiritual tips, manifestation, like all of the things. But essentially what I wanted to leave you with today was how I set myself up for success each and every day, despite having 5 kids, despite having multiple business interests, despite having like all of the things that could easily take me off track. And I'm super excited for this one because this to me is the game changer. How you start your day and how you end your day is so powerful in terms of how you feel and the success that you create. So I've again got a few bullet points that I'd love to share with you, just my ramblings and thoughts around this. But genuinely, I think until everything that I've taught you over the last few days, so if you haven't watched any of the other episodes, please go back or listen to the other episodes. Please go back and listen to them because they all kind of feed in. And what you'll notice is that how you do one thing in life, whether it's money, whether it's your mindset, whether it's business, is how you do everything in life. And having some sort of purpose, intention, and mindfulness around the money that you spend and the business that you create and how you spend your time and where your energy goes, it's all kind of interlinked. So this is how I've been so successful, is because I never take a moment for granted. I am super grounded in terms of gratitude, in terms of my energy, my time, my boundaries, and that really helps to maximize and leverage essentially me as a person, because I'm only one person and I've got a lot that I want to do right now. I'm continually creating, I'm continually holding space for multiple clients, for multiple programs, for multiple businesses, for multiple children, like all of the things, as a lot of women do. We're all wearing very many hats. So the more that you can start to get really intentional with where you are putting your energy, where you're putting your time, who gets to have any of the fucks that you give, the more that you then start becoming empowered, the more that you then start becoming the captain of your own ship, the more that you get to determine and decide how you feel, how you want to show up, who gets to join you on that journey, because not everybody gets to have access to you in this life. And as soon as you start kind of, moving into and embodying those principles in your life, that's where you truly create lasting change. So the first thing I obviously want to share with you is the morning routine. So for me, obviously before children and certainly before my last baby, my morning routine was very structured. It was very intentional. It was there was a lot of different elements, and in an ideal world you would absolutely do some movement, some stretching, eat good food, drink good food, do some journaling, some meditation, like utilize that time because it's so powerful. So essentially what happens is before you go to sleep and when you first wake up, your brain is in its most relaxed state. So it is at its most suggestible. So anything that you are programming, because essentially you're programming your brain whilst it's in its most relaxed state, it's going to hit and land and penetrate your the subconscious part of your brain at a much deeper level during those times. So if you were the kind of person that literally rolls out of bed and goes straight onto Instagram, be aware that you are programming your mind at that point. So if you are going through your feed and it is not inspiring you, motivating you, like really energizing you for the day, and instead it's making you feel rubbish, it's making you feel exhausted, drained, less than, guess what? That is hitting you at such a deep level. And it's the same before you go to bed. So if you're watching, really activating content, something that's making you feel bad. Like, don't watch the news before you go to bed. Don't watch horror films before you go to bed, because your brain doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. So even just watching something that's going to put you in a highly stressed state is going to be playing on a loop in your subconscious brain for the 8 hours that you're asleep. So those are like gold times. If you only do one thing, start every day thinking, what do I want to, when my brain is in its most susceptible state, what do I actually want to program it for? And generally it's usually success, obviously. So that is the time when I first get out of bed. I don't watch TV, I don't watch the news. I will literally put my earphones on, I will listen to some powerful meditation or affirmations, or something like really high vibe music in the kitchen while I'm doing lunches and getting things ready for the kids. Because, like I said before, back in the day, I would have had just such a great, beautiful morning routine. I would have done yoga, I maybe would have done some reading, and I always harness that powerful time with my subconscious brain too. So that's your time to tap into the creative part of your brain. If you're trying to mull something over and maybe bring some new innovative creative ideas to the party and to the table, maybe you've got a problem that needs a spiritual solution, that needs a creative solution, those are the times when you really want to start journaling on it and activating that creative part of your brain. That's why people always say, like, sleep on it, see how you feel in the morning, take the emotion out of the situation, have that energetic reset, and then start the morning. It's also because you're more open. So even, I don't know about you, but I have all of my divine downloads when I'm in the shower, because the water's on my crown chakra and I've got no distractions, and I'm still like kind of waking up and, still getting into that more active state. My brain is still kind of a little bit half in between, so between the alpha and the beta. So I use that time to really lean in, fill my own cup, program my mindset for success. Now, if actually you have lots of children like me, or I co-sleep, so if I wake up typically any earlier, the baby will wake up with me, so it doesn't actually pay me anything to get up any earlier. So what I do instead, my non-negotiables are, I start every day with intention. Before I even open my eyes and get out of bed in the morning, I decide how I want to feel and what I want to create. I run through a quick visualization of the day, anything I'm looking to manifest or call in at that time. I will visualize the successful outcome. I'll decide how I want to feel that day, and I will mentally rehearse for the most successful outcome for my day. And then every evening before bed, I always finish my day with gratitude. So I always like mentally scan the day and think, what were the highlights? And it could be quite surprising. Some days, yes, it will be the beautiful things with your children, and other times it's like just thinking, oh, there was a really lovely woman that like let me go past them today with the baby in the pushchair, or there was somebody that smiled at me today, or somebody that was super kind, or I got really nice feedback, or just the weather's so beautiful, all of those great things. You often negate, and it's very easy to believe otherwise, that the world is a dark and dismal place and that we are helpless in a lot of our circumstances. The more that you can ground into the gratitude, the more that you get into a solutions based focus and mindset, the more that you fully appreciate and get that perspective on life, that things are never as bad. You've survived 100% of your worst days, and you always will. The more that you can refill up that cup as to what you are capable of, and build up that trust and authority in yourself. So it's so important. So if you only do those things, start your day with intention and end every day with gratitude. Like, if that's all you can do, that's amazing. If you can take it any steps further, spending time in nature every morning once I've made my cup of tea, unless it is absolutely freezing, I'll go outside and just stand on the grass for a minute, ground in nature, and just allow my energy to be recharged from the earth soil. That's really powerful. I definitely do that the whole of summer. I spend all of my mornings out there. It's really, really important, particularly if you're feeling some kind of way, if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling worried, like, get your shoes off and spend time in nature. Let the earth neutralize some of that energy. Let the universe help you. That is what it's here to do. Um, So we've obviously got like journaling should be part of your morning routine, or any time that you need to tap into creative solution, anytime you're feeling confused, you need guidance, like you always have the answers inside of yourself. It's just about allowing yourself to activate and connect with that guidance that's available to you at any time. Obviously, visualization is super powerful. One thing that I do is create micro moments throughout the day. So if you're not in a place where you can have those incredible, beautiful, intentional morning routines, um, it's about creating micro moments or any time throughout the day when you need an energetic reset, when something has kind of gone really sideways and you need to pull it back very quickly. That's the ideal time to do it. So even if it's just while you're waiting for a kettle to boil, while you're at the traffic lights, if you're driving, the school run for me when I'm walking to school to pick up the children is the perfect time for me to have one of those micro moments throughout the day. Um, where I just get super intentional. I do some deep breathing, I connect to my heart space, I eliminate all the distractions. I might listen to some affirmations, I might listen to an audiobook, some high vibe music, something that's just going to really get me back into an optimum state is really powerful. If you do that several times throughout the day, not only are you going to have, just an overall better sense of well-being and happiness, but you're also going to be able to manifest so many more incredible things coming into your energy. When you have a crap morning and then that becomes a crap day and a crap afternoon and then an evening and then a week and then a month, that's why they will say when it rains it pours, because it's for you to get out of those low vibe downward spirals in your day, and it comes from just being vigilant with your energy, being aware of what is taking you off course, what feels good, what doesn't feel good, what feels like a waste of energy, what feels like a drain on your time, what is a leak on your money, all of those things. um if you can instead always bring it back to a place of gratitude, love, peace. Oh my God, the most fucking underrated of the emotions. That is ultimately what I strive for in life. As much as it loves to, I love excitement, I love high vibe, energetic states. There is and excitement, love, gratitude, like all of the things. But peace is ultimately what I strive for, really, in life, in such a chaotic world and family dynamics with lots of small children. Peace is the one thing that I really crave a lot of the time. So, just to get back to those states whenever you can, as many times as you can throughout the day, is going to be game changing for your mental health, for your well being, and also your reality, because you can manifest so many better things from that place. The next thing is around making sure that you have a clear set of values and boundaries by which you live by. A lot of women, when they come to me, they don't know what they want. They are so disconnected from their own desires because they have either been in situations where people have, we've all been subject to some sort of conditioning where our desires have been made to feel bad or wrong, where other people's priorities have taken precedence over our own, where we have been so used to putting everybody else before ourselves that we then become disconnected with our identity, with our own wants and desires. So the quicker you can get back to that and really decide your values, what is it that's really important to you? And as much as think deeper on this. That might be a great journal prompt for you today. But for me, my values are all around integrity, honesty, peace, the children. Like, I have a very clear moral code by which I live my life, and it makes everything so much easier. All of my decisions are already made. So I don't waste time on agonizing over situations. I always think, is this the right thing to do? Does this feel good? Is it going to move me further away or closer to my goals and my dreams? Is it in alignment with my value and my integrity? Does it feel good? All of those things. And that really helps me to then make quick, fast decisions and listen to myself. And on my head be if something is the wrong decision at the time, there'll be a lesson or a blessing in there somewhere. Everything always works for our highest good. Nothing is happening to us to kind of test us, punish us, or any of those things. It's all about understanding your own moral code and living by that sense. The next thing is around protecting your energy and your heart by surrounding yourself with the right people. This again is a journey for all of us, especially as women. We are conditioned to be people pleasers at a DNA and genetic level. We are meant to be part of a tribe, and we will always feel that pressure to conform and to be liked and to be part of a peer group and a community. But in today's society, you actually get to decide who that tribe and community is. And if it is just a party of one or a party of two or a party of three, absolutely fine. I'm totally here for it. I went through a huge like cleansing exercise over the last few years where the people that I had been friends with for up to 20 years suddenly just didn't feel like they were the people that made me feel good anymore. I had kind of, I don't really want to go into too much detail of it, but I had come to a bit of a moment where I'd had a dark night of the soul, and not one of those people was there to help me. They all came to kind of witness and watch the car crash that was going on in my personal life at the time. But and to make themselves real relevant and important and tick that box in their mind that they'd been a good person because they had like checked in or sent a message at the time. But in terms of who was actually there to then follow up, listen to me cry, like, or support me in any way, or support my business, or just made me feel good when I was with them, like just be fun and just be positive and upbeat. That was never going to be those people. And it can be super hard. That's definitely something that my clients really struggle with, is like when you go through that growth cycle, not everybody is going to come with you on that journey. And there'll be loads of different reasons as to why, and there'll be reasons why people suddenly turn on you, and why you suddenly at an energetic level just feel that disconnect. Like you don't know who the people are around you anymore. They don't identify with you, you don't identify with them, and it's like your frequencies are out of a line. And when you are conditioned your whole life that in order to be a good person, you must have lots of friends around you, otherwise you're a bad person, obviously. um, or that you need to, play small, dim your light, fit in with the tribe, to then suddenly feel like, actually, I'm going to end up alone. That can be really sad and really hard, and especially as a woman. But actually, it can be really empowering then when you finally, everything's on your terms. You haven't got to check in with anybody anymore. You haven't got to worry about anybody. You haven't got to worry about offending anybody. You get to live your life in your truth, and the right people will follow you, will gravitate towards that light at the right time when you're fully in alignment with yourself. I absolutely believe that. So sometimes in order to welcome new abundance, like we do with money, you have to clear out a few things to create space for new things. If you're hanging on to old friendships, old relationships, old situations, you can't create space or room for anything new to come through. So you have to do that. You have to go through that exercise and move through it and that resistance to see what's on the other side of that magic. Now I can tell you hand on heart, any of the women that I am friends with or are in my circle, in my energy, because I am so fiercely protective of my boundaries and ensuring that I am always in a good place mentally, emotionally, spiritually, because I'm holding space for so many others, with my clients, with my family, with my children, and also with myself, that the women that now come into my life are truly inspiring me every day. They make me want to work more. They want me to be more visible. They make me want to do bigger things. They collaborate with me so it's more fun. Like that's what I want for you. And if it means that you have to go through a period of having nobody, that's absolutely fine, because you've always got you and you don't really need anybody else. Everybody else is a blessing after that. It's just the icing on the cake. The next thing is around removing scarcity signals. So obviously from a money mindset perspective, if you've got things in your life right now that you are tolerating, i.e. broken drawers, annoying relationships, like energetic drains on your time or your money, you have to start eliminating that. So kind of what I was talking about before earlier, but also stop making do with your life. If there are things that you are unhappy with, it's okay to be unhappy with it. And it's okay, again, to go without. I've always been that person that if I need something and I can't get what I want, I can't quite afford it yet, or something hasn't quite worked, or I don't know what it is, I will go without to create space for that clarity and create space for that abundance to flow into, because I would rather have nothing than have something but it's just making do and it's not really what I want. So I would love to invite you today, go around your house. Your physical environment is so important to your success. As much, you are a product of your environment, essentially. And if you are living in a house that is messy, dirty, disorganized, chaotic, embarrassing, makes you feel, guilty, shameful, any kind of way, that is constantly reminding you that you are not where you want to be in life, you have to start removing those toxic energy drains from your environment. You have to start upgrading incrementally the little things that you can, or you have to make peace with your situation. But one way or another, you cannot move through life with nothing changing. If nothing changes, nothing changes. So you cannot go through life expecting, like, your environment's exactly the same, and yet you're expecting this massive quantum leap in success. It's not going to happen. You can't will, and with the strongest mindset in the world, practical things have to happen around you in order to set you up for success. Otherwise, you will always be like pushing water up a hill. So even for me, when I'm working, this is my sacred time. If I was looking at piles of dirty washing, or trying to work on my laptop on my sofa, or distracted with other things, I couldn't show up and give my best energy. I've created a beautiful sacred space. So when I'm in work, when I'm working, I'm in work. Even though I work from home, I am, it's a different mindset when I come to my desk. I'm here to create, I'm here to be inspired. Everything around me inspires. I'm surrounded by beauty. I've got my beautiful flowers. I'm looking at flowers. I've got a beautiful desk, like lovely stationery. Everything is there to inspire, lift me up, make me feel amazing. There's nothing here that would detract from my energy, and that is intentional. So I would love for you today to remove any of those scarcity signals that are around you right now that could be blocking your success. The next thing, get good at making decisions. It is, and getting things done. Like, those two things are, again, the biggest energetic drains, on your body, on your mind, emotionally, physically, like all of the things basically. And it's the two skills that I had to learn. I've always been somebody who gets shit done. I'm that girl. And I am a person that always, I'm a manifesting generator. So I'm always taking on so many things. I'm always juggling multiple projects. I would get bored if I didn't have that energy. I thrive under pressure. Not everybody does though, so it's got to be for whatever feels good with you and your human design. Obviously, I've got the Aligned, Empowered and Abundant Academy that I'll be launching at the end of the month, that will dive deeper into principles such as human design, energy types, how to show up with your best self, how to create meaningful boundaries, like basically all the things that are going to serve you not only in life, but also in business. If you're a business owner, you don't have to be though to join me inside that academy. I'm super excited about it. But essentially, one of the life skills that I had to master was getting better at making decisions. Now, if you are a chronic people pleaser and you have been massively disempowered in childhood, either through overprotective parents, super strict parents, toxic narcissistic parenting, all of the things, you are going to be disempowered. So automatically you're going to really struggle as an adult to make decisions and feel with confidence and conviction that they are the right decisions for you. And then also, when you add in societal conditioning that's making you feel bad and wrong for your desires, it's inevitable why we really struggle. And then you've also got the sense of overwhelm of too much choice. A lot of the time when I work with women, it's they already know, like, they've got hundreds of options available to them right now to make money, to show up, to serve their clients, to build their businesses, to do all the things, but they're never quite sure what is the right thing to do. And it's about connecting back to self and just starting to trust in you, that even if you make the wrong decision, it will have happened for your full benefit. The universe always works for you, not against you, not to you. And also that you're resourceful. You'll figure this shit out. Even if it's the wrong decision right now, it'll be fine. You'll figure it out. You'll move on to the next and you will make it work. We are resourceful, ladies, and we find ways to make it move. So do not worry. You've got to get better at making decisions, and you've got to get better at getting things done. So don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today, like 100%, because again, it's all about energy and making room for that new idea, new opportunity, new abundance coming into your life. You can't do that if you've got 3 pages of to-do lists. Guess what? The universe is not going to send you any more. And equally, your subconscious brain is not going to give you any more, because you're already overwhelmed with what you've got. Even though the thing that could be trying to come through to you could be the best thing ever. It could be like the very definition of like Uber. It could be the inspiration for the next Uber or something. That's not going to come through if you are so cluttered and so full of crap and things that you need to do. I would love for you today, look at your to-do list. First of all, write it down if you don't have one, because that's really powerful. Decide on what you actually want to get done, and make peace with the stuff that is not going to get done. And that's okay. And maybe you need support, maybe you need a cleaner, maybe you need some help, maybe you need to delegate, maybe you need to just get rid of some stuff and make peace that it's not going to get done. If it's courses that you're going to finish, like, this was part of my energetic reset at the end of the year. I literally went through all of the stuff that I'd invested in, all of the programs that I was planning to do, all of the things that I'd never quite got through, all of the books that I hadn't read. And I literally just went through the list and was like, nah, I'm not going to do any of that. So rather than making myself feel bad or wrong or guilty or, any of those things, I am going to make peace with the fact that I was not meant to finish those things. And that is okay. Energetically, I cleared the decks and started the year with a brand new shiny me that is not weighed down with all these expectations of things that I need to do. If you haven't listened to or seen that episode already, there is one on my channel which is all around like your energetic reset for 2023, like end of year rituals and things that I do. But I also do these like end of day, end of month, end of week, like end of year, all of those things. Because every day is a new opportunity and it's a blessing to be here. You really need to believe in that in your soul. Um, the next thing is obviously ensuring that you're working on your mindset daily, especially your money mindset. This is not a one and done. This is now part of a daily way of being. It's a lifestyle, it's a vibe, it's a mood, it's a choice, whether you want to continually up level and grow. And guess what? This isn't about the positive affirmations and all the fun things like visualization boards. It's the dirty, ugly, deep soul gut wrenching work that needs to happen at times, but with the view that it always gets better. It's like you've got to it's like having a shower, isn't it? You can have a shower once, you're clean, but a few days later you need another shower again. It's the same with up leveling your mindset. It's the same with unlearning the conditioning that has got you to this point. It's the same as up leveling your money mindset and creating new levels of normal and abundance. There's going to be some resistance and some work that you need to move through. So you have to commit to that as a daily practice, that to some extent you are working on this daily, whether it is listening to podcasts in the car, dance party in the kitchen in the morning, doing some movement, drinking more water and less alcohol, whatever it is for you. But you've got to commit to every day being a better version of yourself than you were the day before, because that's what we're here to do as spiritual beings. We're here to grow and expand and move into that next level self. That's where the magic truly is, and that's where you lead a life that is truly exceptional. And then the last thing, which is again just a super practical thing before you go to bed, is obviously your most relaxed state, your most susceptible state to any reprogramming that you want to implant into your subconscious part of your brain. This is how we reprogram beliefs. This is how we rebuild self-esteem. This is how we set ourselves up truly for success. So I always have a sleep meditation just playing in the background, because your brain will be taking that in and at an unconscious level in its most relaxed state. But also plan your day ahead. My day is planned to the half an hour 99% of the time, unless I am at home with the kids and it's a weekend and I'm not doing anything, which by the way never happens. So I don't even know why I said that. I'm always doing something, because movement is a big part of my life. I like to be busy. I'm a very active person genuinely, and I think that's because I've got a lot of energy. Obviously I've got ADHD, so for me I'm always moving, always busy, always thinking, always creating. It's like the entrepreneur's curse, but it's also a blessing, because then I get the kind of stuff done in a day that other people are like, that would take me a week. And I'm like, I'm a manifesting generator. We can collapse time and get stuff done so much better because we go all in. We are those all in kind of people that will fully immerse ourselves into a topic, a passion, a project, that means that we become almost to the point of obsession. Not always saying that's a good thing, but that's how I managed to do it. So, but equally as a productivity tool, even if you are not the kind of person that wants to do all the things, it's about getting intentional with the things that you are doing. So the best thing that I do is, obviously my diary kind of evolves over a week. I'll review it properly on a Sunday and transfer it across all of my ongoing appointments and all of those sorts of things. But at the end of every day, I always look at my next day's to-do list and plan my schedule, because what happens again is that particularly if there's stuff in there that you don't really want to do, or you feel like it's going to be a bit hard or a bit of a challenge, or maybe it's an opportunity of growth for you, you have to lessen that resistance to what's coming next. The best way to do that is to prime yourself the night before, and that is through running through your next day. So like when you get up in the morning, rather than thinking, what am I doing today, what am I doing, let me sit, let me think, like, oh, let me write it down, it's like it's already there. You literally are straight into the day, like boom boom boom, this is my plan, this is what I'm doing, and you just move, you just get into flow and you get it done. Particularly if you've got a busy day or you're all over the place, it's the best thing that you can do. Really prime yourself the day before. And that is essentially it. Those are all of my top tips. So start every day with intention, end every day with gratitude, start getting real clarity on your boundaries, your values, your belief system. protecting your energy and your heart, getting better at making decisions, because essentially that eliminates wasted energy and time and mental space. Start removing the scarcity signals and start making decisions from where you want to be in life rather than what your immediate environment is telling you where you are. So if your future self is the kind of woman that goes to yoga on a Monday, book that yoga appointment now, even if you have to do it at home for free on YouTube for now. Start meeting the universe halfway and start taking that inspired action to move into that future self. Start making decisions from the woman that does yoga on a Monday. Stop saying yes to coffee dates and start saying yes to yoga instead, even if it's just at home. Start planning your day and getting really intentional, and then priming yourself for success by planning out your days the day before. Don't wait for the morning. I hope that you've really enjoyed this episode. I tried to keep it super succinct, but essentially it is just being mindful of there is only so much of you. There is only so much of your time, only so much of your money, so much of your energy right now. So if you want a different outcome, you have to start taking different action. And that comes from being really intentional with where you are spending your time, money, energy, and who gets your fucks every day. Because you only have so many to give. So hopefully that has given you enough inspiration to start identifying some opportunities for you to start tightening up those boundaries, being more intentional and purposeful as you move through each day, so that you can start achieving more that actually is in alignment with you and your goals, so that you can ultimately live your best life, raise the vibrations of the collective, and we can all make the world a better place. I hope that you've loved this episode. If you have, please comment below. Tell me what you're going to be doing, what your biggest takeaway are. Like, subscribe, share, do all the things, ladies. I really appreciate your support, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for listening to this episode. It's been amazing to share this time with you, and I feel honoured to be part of your journey. If you've loved what you've heard, had an aha moment, or found value in this episode, then please do like, comment and share. I would love to connect with you on Instagram and Facebook, so come and find me, and I look forward to helping you build your epic life.